So welcome, guys. Hi, welcome to Galactic. Welcome to Galactic Explorers. Welcome back. Welcome back to the madness with myself, Daniella, and as always, the lovely Dallas, your Galactic Intuitives. And welcome again to the podcast where we take you on a joyride through earthly, spiritual, or everyday topics. As the cat knocks over everything on the table, as cats do, with a galactic perspective.
What are you telling me?
We explore stuff with a galactic perspective. The cat knocks things down galactically because she's an alien, I'm convinced.
She just created a portal.
Oh my god, constantly having to close portals around here. Anyway, before we get off on a whole nother tangent, and before we even get started, you want to break out the bowl?
Let's break it out. Not really break it.
So hi, welcome guys. Let's break out the bowl and find out what we're going to do today.
Okay.
It's been a crazy day. Has it not been crazy for you guys? It's been crazy for us.
Dreams.
Well, we were just kind of talking about that, weren't we?
We were.
Of course we were.
Listening.
Yes. Well, we started talking about dreams, and then we started talking about how we've been unseasonably tired recently. And then how that got into how time seems to be going faster. But that is a whole other topic for another time.
Yeah, that's in the bowl. Time.
So put that in the bowl. And while you put that in the bowl, let's get ready for dreams.
All right.
Dreams. Speaking of dreams, Speaking of dreams, is there any note on your card as to the context about the dream?
Yeah, I've got lots of them. Astral travel, visions, lucid, nightmares, visits.
Visits. Okay.
I don't know why I put visits. Maybe you're visiting.
Either visiting or being visited.
Yes, that.
As my eyeball twitched.
Yeah.
I don't know if it counts confirmation. Like my eyelid went a little bit. Not that dramatic,
but. Control. Those are the little notes I put on there for dreams.
Well, if you want to, we can kind of, at least today, we can go down the list and see if we have any things to say or experiences to share about any of those aspects of it. Yeah.
We'll kind of maybe start where we were talking about before of what were we talking about before? I haven't seen Dream World, obviously.
Higher power of your choice, bless you. We were talking about you were saying how you have been having particularly prophetic dreams.
Yes,
recently.
Yes.
I was concurring in sharing an experience of what I would consider back in the day for me, which was the day, like, what was it, right out of high school? So 2006. Maybe. I was having a lot of those same experiences where you'd have a dream that was very vivid, very lucid, and then for me at least, it was anywhere from 3 to 6 months later it would happen exactly as it had played out. But yours was happening a few days later.
Yeah. Like, so one of the dreams I had was I woke up late. So I remember looking at my phone.
Quick, sorry, this is not a Modelo. I just realized, I was like, oh shit, I can't even hide it, it's on both sides. Okay, this is a strawberry shake.
I'm sure it is.
It sans vodka or alcohol of any kind, okay? This is not California Vacation where Frank's mom was hazing me. No. So, but no, this is
That's
just
funny.
like Frank, has a collection of these shorty, like Coke
I like
glasses
them.
that is easy for me to hold. But they're some of his bachelor glasses, unfortunately. As much as I like them, I
Modelo.
like them. It's like it's
Way to start your morning off there,
right,
Daniella.
yeah. So it's not actually no, not promoting Modelo. Let me get a piece of tape or something. Anyway, you were saying, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
So sorry to go off on that tangent.
It's
But I
fine.
just realized it was like blazing across the screen, and people are probably wondering what's going on.
Like, oh, let's
Yeah.
take it on. Um, I had a dream. I remember looking at my clock and it was 8:30 and I was late for work
Mm-hmm.
because I had to be at work at 8:30 and I was like, shit.
Yes.
Right. So the morning of, I woke up at like 8:15. I was like, oh shit, I'm late for work. It was crazy. It was like, damn it. Like my subconscious like already was kind of like warning me. And
Yeah.
I did wake up, but it was like 4 a.m. So then going back to sleep, I slept in. But I've had a lot of those kind of dreams throughout my life where before people die, I would dream it was me
Hmm.
and I would dream of how they died.
Hmm.
But it was happening to
Interesting. So
me.
it's like you transfer.
Yeah. So I've had those kind of dreams, a lot of those. 9/11, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, a friend of mine had dreams about COVID 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, crazy. Ooh.
Yeah, and when I actually went back this last time, she and I got a chance to talk about it. And I just remembered that she and I talked about it. Um, but yeah, she's like, remember when I used to tell you that I would have those like almost apocalyptic type dreams? And I knew that some of them were, obviously my subconscious going a little nutter butters, but that there were a few there that almost,
Same.
make you wonder.
Yeah.
Well, remember there was that one where like, my dad had died and everybody was sick and they had to keep people in the house because there was like an outbreak. There was a dream. I was like, oh my God. So so it's like, and I would say that she is definitely on her spiritual path, but she's not like, your Deepak Chopras or, like any of these big spiritual names that's having these prophetic dreams. Like she is
Right.
an everyday, quote unquote, everyday human like you and me,
Right.
like you guys that are having these dreams and, are wondering, what they're all about at the time. And then if they're lucky, they have that deja vu moment and remember that they
That they
actually
dreamt.
were, they got a little bit of heads up sometimes
Right.
about some of these things.
Of course.
And it's really something that I want to do more is to do a dream journal, but I find doing the journaling aspect of it so tedious. Because what comes out and what I remember is so much faster than what I can write.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
probably just need to start making audio files.
That's
But
a good idea.
coming up with some solution because I think that would be an interesting bit of information to have, especially if you're noticing that you're having prophetic dreams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
To at least have some kind of thing by your bedside, just so that if you wake up, you'd be like, man, I just dreamed about X, Y, and Z, and then go back right back to sleep.
Right.
But then you have a record of it, and you can listen back to them at any point and be like, oh my God, I did dream that. We're in it.
Right. That's a great idea. Yeah. I sometimes I write down my dreams in
Mm-hmm.
just my everyday journal and I'll title it dream. But to do more of it, yeah.
Yeah.
But I
I
think some of
used to
those
do it
dreams
more.
too that do stick out like that, the premonition dreams, that
Mm-hmm.
I still remember them like as clear as day.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like those ones do not go away. Like all the ones of the deaths and the worldly things, I clearly remember. They stuck with me because it's such there's an emotion behind it that's like
That's what, yeah, I think
an
so. Yeah.
awareness, and it's like, oh,
Yeah, it's like you're lucid and you're emotional, and it's like, yeah, you create a memory of a dream of a memory.
yeah,
Like,
right,
Inception. Ow, 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 ow.
right. But I
Right?
don't hold on to that
No.
because I don't
But
until
you
it
remember
happens.
but you remember remembering.
Right.
Right, if that
It
makes
does
sense.
make sense. I get it. Yeah.
I know, I understand, because mine that I remember interesting, it's like, especially tying it, because there was that period, that time period from probably like 2006 or 7 to maybe 12, when I was going through like my first bout of really crazy experiences that weren't like from childhood, because I had a whole set of those and then went through a break and then had another set. During that whole time period, it was like prophetic dreams, it was all kinds of visitations, it was all kinds, but also remembering past lives and dreams,
Yes.
a big chunk. And
Yeah.
speaking of remembering dreams, those are some of the most vivid memories that I have, is remembering the dream that I had back in 2008. I don't know if it was exactly 2008, but it was during that time period
Mm-hmm.
where it's like I remember experiencing that memory.
Right. I know
And
what you're
that's
saying.
almost to what, at least for me, a little bit being in the Akashic Records is like. So when I linked those two experiences together and how similarly they felt, it kind of gave me a clue as to kind of what was actually potentially going on back then.
Mm-hmm.
Once I did my work and had started to go into the Akashic Records later in life, like
Right.
consciously. So it's interesting what comes forward and through when our ego protective personality awake aspect of our brain is asleep.
Mm-hmm. It lets us see, I think, all sides.
Certainly more sides.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Maybe not all, but certainly more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What we can remember.
Yeah. Because then there's, yeah, remembering it in the morning.
And
I know
sometimes
that there's so much more that I
not.
dream that I don't remember in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
I know
Oh
there's
yeah.
so much more that I'm doing and experiencing and witnessing in dream time that I don't remember in the morning. There's some that I do remember, but
Right. Do you have visitors that come to you, like those that have passed?
yes. I've
What
had,
else is possible?
God bless. God bless your good husband.
Thank you.
God bless.
Oh, just kidding. Sorry.
Oh, elixir of life. Right. um, shoot, but yes. So visitations, yes. I have had experiences and dreams where it's like, so I think, pretty sure it was either them or somebody masquerading as them because they knew that that's who I'd recognize, which entities do that a lot, is some inner earth people that had, it's like, so I've had dreams of like them being in their space, visiting astrally, essentially. So it's like I had a physical body there, but it's like I wasn't really, um, not so much spaceships, but being on other planets. Yeah, lots of that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Those
so
are my
not so much
favorite.
space travel, but already being on the planet in the environment. There's a lot of that.
Yeah, I've dreamt of being on planets and having powers,
Mhm.
right?
Oh yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
totally feel like it was real And then, because I remember like growing up as a kid of going like, hands don't work. Like
Right.
my magic's not working.
Right.
Why can't I just clean my room like that? Why isn't
Thank
this isn't
you.
working?
Thank you. So true.
So growing, like getting older and stuff, and those kind of dreams having, and then being more awakened, I go, oh shit, I'm really there. I get it. Like
Right.
I
I'm
have it
remembering that I
in other
used to could
places.
in that particular type of body.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So that's why I'm wondering why I can't do it in this body, because
Yeah.
I used to could. Yeah.
So funny. But then I've also had like, because my dad passed away when I was 16, so he's come through my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a dream one time where I remember this is so random. I was out of toilet paper in my bathroom, and my dad was showing me, look under here, move this, there's more under here. So I got up, I looked in the cabinet, and I moved some junk, and then there was like a roll of toilet paper, and I was like, oh my God.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks for coming in for my toilet paper.
Hey,
So,
I mean, that's some family shit right there.
right? That's
Literally.
things like that is easy and simple. Like that's someone coming to you, and just
Yeah.
being, oh, okay, I'm gonna follow that, or losing something and finding it.
Yeah.
I've dreamt that way.
Yep. Let's see. I've had interesting ones where it's like I had one last night that I'm going to follow through with on today, and it'd be interesting to maybe come back around to dreams later and report on the results, like maybe in a couple of weeks or a month or
Yeah,
so.
a part two.
Part two, dreams, part two. Doo-doo. The sometimes the dreams are, it's like, if you do this, then this will happen.
Yeah.
And they're usually in a good way. So they're almost prophetic, but I still have free will.
Right. It's your choice.
So it's like, if you do this, you could go down this road.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like getting a visual tarot card reading in a sense, right? Where
Yep.
it's like, if you follow along this path and perform this particular action, whatever it be, then this is what potentially will follow.
Mm-hmm.
Is highly likely to follow. But you don't have to do that. So it's like, so sometimes I haven't done it because I thought it was just a dream.
Right.
And then sometimes I ended up doing whatever that action was inadvertently,
Mm-hmm.
like unbeknownst to me. So it's like I didn't necessarily plan or go out of my way to be like, I'm going to do this action from this dream. But it ended up happening anyway.
Yeah.
So, and then, things would fall out. Like I'd have a whole sense of deja vu as like series of events would unfold. So I'm wondering if I do this thing that was in this dream, which is very simple. It was actually me just looking down at my wrist, and I had done a henna design on my wrist that had connected around to this particular tattoo, which this particular tattoo, if anybody can see energy fields, was intended as a dampener. Fun times when you don't understand yourself, right? The things and a lot of things you put on yourself. So it's like a dampening control. So it's like almost if you imagine the hose and the spigot and how you have that little lever that will let you adjust the pressure once you've turned it on, right? That's kind of like what I had intended this energetically to be. Because this was during that time period where I was going through a lot of experiences with those dreams and this stuff and all of this happening and I just did not know what the flying flip stakes to do with it. How to control it. I didn't have any mentors. I didn't have any base of reference. So I was like,
freeballing it.
Yeah, just gonna shut her down. Gonna put a control lock on it. Gonna put a chastity belt on it. Whatever, like do whatever I could think of. So yeah, good job, Daniella. But anyway, so the dream was me incorporating it into a henna tattoo, and the idea is that it was going to energetically release the contract that was written in the ink in the tattoo. So it's gonna like, and it was interesting too because there was a lot of that last night, in the sense that it's like I don't know, it's like I was touching Frank's face because he's got this cool scar, right? So it's like sometimes I like playing with it because it's what you do. And I don't know, it's like like I ended up doing like almost like a Vulcan mind meld type hand position on his face, but then all of a sudden we started swapping data sets.
Ew, interesting.
I didn't initiate it. It just was like I didn't feel like throwing up, but it was almost like it was coming out from me and down and up and through from him. So we just started swapping data sets, and then I have this dream where it's like you're gonna release the lock
Wow.
that you put on yourself because you didn't understand yourself. So it's
Right.
like, so these are the things where it's like, to somebody who is not in the metaphysical, spiritual, galactic mind sense understanding, this is all going to sound like a bunch of gobbledygook nonsense. I get it.
Right.
I get it. But to people who understand energy vibration and influence and frequency influence and just actions and frequency and emotion and blah, all of that stuff, that they influence one another,
Well, I think
might be worth trying to see if you like, to try the hypothesis to see if it actually,
well, and then maybe in a couple weeks that we'll do a follow-up.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it'd be really interesting too to see how Frank is.
Right,
Like
because I told
what
him.
comes through on him and what you've noticed of changes and stuff. Because I know my husband is going through some stuff too, but for you to like, we can feel like,
Yeah.
let's say my husband can't feel, but we're more attuned. And so like I see what he's going through, and I don't push things onto him. I'll go, how are you feeling? Like I've noticed you've done more things and you're going more towards the goal than you were before, or like, so it'll be interesting to kind of follow up on both ends on that of.
Oh, absolutely. Especially since because he knew something was going. Well, because he lives with me, so he's lived with me now. So it's you can't. I mean, if you're walking the walk and talking the talk as a person doing the spiritual thing, somebody can't live with you and not know about it.
Right, it's a lifestyle.
It is a lifestyle.
That's right. It's a lifestyle. It's an everyday 24/7.
Yeah, it is. Much like anything else, like being super athletic or whatever. So he is understanding of a lot of the weird shit that has come out of my mouth over right. So he's heard a lot of weird stuff come out of my mouth over the course of time, and in particularly since that we've lived together. So when I explained it to him, he understood what I meant.
Right.
So it will be interesting to see, yes, if there is any visible, noticeable change that occurs in him as well, because it was a swap.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't just me giving him data sets. Some came up through too.
Right. Oh yeah. It's an exchange. Yeah, definitely.
It was an exchange. So it was like, it'll be interesting to see. Yeah. I mean, and there's so much more into just that topic alone that we could go into.
Yeah.
Because the data sets were not just human. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like they were, it was like a collection of his data sets where it's like, I know you and I have rolled before together, but it's like, here's the stuff that I've done since I saw you last.
Right. Right. What I've picked up and learned that can help you
what I've processed through. Yeah. My information, my radio channels of frequency that I have found that do X, Y, and Z. There you go.
And that gives.
And then I gave him mine.
Right. And I think that gives an exchange of he's meeting you where you're at, like there's that exchange that he's helping you as you are helping him. Right.
And the
Because
interesting thing, right, go ahead. Sorry.
No.
I do it all the time. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We have so much to say. We got to hurry and say it.
I know,
get it.
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize.
Go ahead. Please go.
No, I think that was pretty much it. Just that he's helping you because he knows that where you're at and maybe what he's giving you is going to help you boost you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And then it's the same, what you have, you're going to help boost him. To keep you on that level, you're leveling.
Yes.
That's a good, that's a topic of spouse.
Yeah, leveling. Write that down.
I've been, because I know Mark, my husband, is not like me at all.
Mm-hmm.
At all.
Mm-hmm.
But he's allowed me to be me.
Mm-hmm.
And I see things, and now we can talk about some things. Not everything, because I give him that space. I'm not going to start talking about aliens and this and that, because we'll talk about some stuff. But what I mean.
Frank knows everything. Frank pretty much knows everything at this point.
Yeah.
I think I've laid just about everything on him at this point. And I am amazed with this as much as the information that he could take in as he has been able to.
Right.
Honestly.
He knows he knows I'm into some weird shit. Let's just say that. He knows, but some of it's just not for him. That's all.
Right. And that's fair. I mean,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, so dreams. That helps you see that through a dream.
Yes.
Let's get back to the dreams.
I know. So welcome to our first major tangent. This happens on occasion, and the fact that we've kept it from happening till this far in the series, I think is a milestone.
Yeah.
That you guys just don't know about.
We could keep going, and we could go down a whole other rabbit hole.
Oh, yeah. But no, so dreams. Well, you're right. So I'll be interested to see, because I want to, after we're done today, put that henna design that I saw on my wrist and let it do its thing and see what happens. Because it's interesting, because the henna that I make is Reiki infused, because I've got all those Reiki attunements and, did all the things, right? So it's like I can infuse stuff with this, universal energy, which of course everybody can do. But it's like I purposefully infuse this henna anytime I make it. So it's interesting to have seen me do, like putting the design on there and then walking around with it on my wrist.
Right.
Used the one that I make because I saw my little label on there and everything, like, and the little bumblebee pack that I have, like it's the not the silicone, the cello is like got bumblebees on it. It's cute.
Oh.
But it'll be interesting to see if it produces any kind of noticeable physical, spiritual results.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah. I also want to touch on, because this keeps coming up, and I guess I have to say it, is I dreamt about my dad's death.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
And like I said, how it always happens to me. And I didn't really put 2 to 2 together until afterwards. So things in dreams will kind of tell a story. Oh, yeah. But not in always the same sense of how it happens. Like, it's not always going to happen the exact same way.
Right.
Like,
right. It sometimes shows you in like a metaphoric sense. Because there's been a lot of, like, in the everyday life, I know my guides work a lot in metaphors to try and get the point across.
Right.
So a lot of dreams will come across metaphorical. Yeah. But still prophetic. Mm-hmm. So if you were to write them down or have them recorded and listen back to them later, when you have a deeper understanding of what was, what's going on around you now at the time, it would probably make all the sense in the world. Yeah. Yeah. When at the time, the metaphor doesn't make sense yet. Right. Yes. Because when I dreamt it, I was like, that was so weird. Mm-hmm. But then after my dad died, I was like, the dream like popped in. And I was like, oh my God, I dreamt about this happening. This is blah, blah. Yeah, right.
That's
Yeah.
that's when,
Yeah.
being 16, you go, just I'm shutting that down.
Oh yeah.
I
If
don't
that
want
happened to
that.
you at 16, yeah, definitely I could see how
Don't
that
want
would
that.
shut you down.
Yeah. So pay attention to all the details too.
Hmm.
All the little
Yeah. I mean,
things
I've
in the
known
background,
friends too that
colors.
have straight up had people visit them the night that people die. Have
Yeah, that
literally come straight up to them in a dream and be like,
happens.
"Son, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I will see you later." Like, and then and fuck
Right.
off. And then, like 3,000 miles away around the world or wherever, it's like, then the kid finds out that, their parent passed away, that last night or something. It's like that kind of thing where it straight up happens face to face. I mean, that happens too all the time in
Yeah.
dreams.
Well, I think when we're dreaming, like you said, we're kind of in a non-ego state, right? We're
Yeah, we're more open to the possibility of these more fantastical things that actually do happen.
right. And so that's kind of like almost our own little portal of opening up to those possibilities and
Yeah,
tapping into that spirit world, energetic world that we all live in a
right,
more non-abrasive
right.
way of like, ooh, I don't know. Dreams are interesting.
There's so many things that we could say about it. I mean,
I
there's
know I'm thinking.
nightmares, and then there's the whole, Native American aspect take on dreams, where it's, a lot of their traditions say that it's the subconscious mind trying to process things that the conscious mind cannot.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I've
Yeah.
been having dreams that it's like I feel like you could apply that um, definition to as well, because it's like I've been having dreams about, very vivid about the neighbors, hanging out with the neighbors, and then coming back and then saying something to Frank like, uh, it's like that visit went well or something, or it was nice to hang out with them finally, or something like that. And then he says back to me, it's like, well, that they're just saving face and that they're not really super fond of either of us, right? And I was like, I woke up from that dream and I was like, where the fuck did that come from? Like they
Right.
never, I mean, of course, like because I'm, it's like have that empathic ability, I can feel how they feel. So it's like, but I don't take it personally in that sense because they don't understand.
Right.
So it's like, it's interesting that my subconscious would choose Frank, which is the least likely person, by the way, to say something like that. Um, at least in that way,
Mm-hmm.
to reflect that potential belief back at my conscious mind.
So is that like just a reality, right? Of a truth to
Yeah, I mean,
process
it's just like,
something,
I mean, they're just
right?
different people. It's like it's
Right.
like we just it's
You're like, okay,
not like
there you
they're
go.
not pleasant. It's not like we're not pleasant around one another. We've shared a beer and a glass of wine, and it's just like, but they live different kinds of lives than we do.
Right.
And it's not like anything crazy, weird, or like it's just, you know. But yeah, it was interesting to have my subconscious choose Frank to reflect that back out for inspection that way.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a few other instances uh, that aren't coming to mind at the moment, but it's like, because I remember one had to do with a mutual friend of ours and things like that, where it's like reflecting back potential like worst case scenario fear beliefs or something at me, either
Yeah.
for inspection or to be like, hey, did you know these were in here? Did you want, like, you want to get rid of them? Or it could turn into this belief, like if you don't nip it into the bud. It's just like something that's like showing something to me that I need to pay
The
attention to.
emotion is there, right, for
Yeah.
you. The
Yeah.
emotion. That's how I feel like there will be emotions that come through. I won't remember the dream, but I have the emotion. So I'm
That
waking up
too.
with the emotion
That
of
too.
I have to change this or I need to go more this direction or
Mhm.
yeah. Or kind of like, okay, that's just me being human or, like your neighbors, human aspects. It's just, okay, it is what it is. Move on.
Right.
I can be aware of it and go and handle it
Right.
how I need to, I guess.
Right. Yeah. So it's interesting in God, it's like speaking of time going by really fast, hey? But it's yeah, speaking of which, but it's interesting the range of things that can come through in dream time. Like emotions, memories, prophetic moments, fears,
Hmm.
subconscious beliefs, uh, things that I mean, even again that you're trying to work out with yourself or with somebody else that your conscious mind is having a hard time coming to an answer about.
Hmm.
It is so incredible, all of the things that our dream time can reflect back to us, and it's almost probably limitless in its ability.
Oh, definitely. And I
You
feel if
know,
we're willing to see the dream and to see just to see where it takes you, right? Like
yeah,
you might have a dream that's totally crazy and maybe world ending or someone dying, but to write it down and kind of sit that could be a reality. It could be a past reality. It could be just a fear that you're feeling that you're carrying maybe
it
for
could
that
be a metaphor
person
for
or
something that
shit.
has nothing to do with the actual way it was presented.
Right. So I think it's
Yeah,
good to like to take it seriously, but not to take it too seriously, where you
right,
worry about it and stress about it because
right.
like it's gonna happen. And sometimes you can be aware of it or I don't know, it's so hard to say because everybody dreams in a different way. Like me of how I dream of people dying. There's no way that I could stop it because I don't know who it was happening to.
Right. I mean, and in those cases, I don't think you're intended to stop it. I think it's just
Awareness.
awareness, them
Yeah.
giving you a heads up, their higher self giving your higher self a heads up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like some of the mechanisms as to the why and the what and like behind some of these experiences that we have are still unknown and are still being explored all the time.
Oh yeah.
So when we know something more about why it happens, you'll know.
Yeah. Yeah,
because
I think we
because we
should
want people to know
definitely
why it happens too, because knowledge is power. But it's
yeah.
and if anybody has any ideas about why we dream the way we dream and why some are some ways and why some come through metaphors, I feel like a dream compendium would be like this thick, of all the different things and experiences. But if anybody's got any thoughts, as always, we'd love to hear them, or any questions about any kinds of dreams or experiences that you've had. We'd love for you to drop them in the comments because we love hearing from you guys. It is pretty much our time now. I mean, I know we got off topic a little bit, but
It's
I
okay.
feel like that opened up opportunity for topics in the future and for curiosities for you guys.
Oh yeah. And I think we should do some more dream pods
Yeah. Well,
because we didn't talk
you could
about
throw it
nightmares.
back. You could throw it back in the bowl.
I am.
If you don't think we explored it thoroughly enough, you can vote it and put it back in the bowl.
Yep.
We didn't joyride it long enough.
We
I know
just we just
last week's
touched it up a
was
little.
good. It's like go on a joyride. That's right. Go out and explore and go out and get wet. just get wet. That's good. But really, if you have those dreams, just notice them. If you want to encourage yourself to have more vivid dreams, just start to pay attention to them more. However you do that, whether you write it down, whether you do an audio file, whether you just think about them more often, all of that stuff helps bring your attention to the phenomena, which makes the phenomena happen more often.
Yes.
And that's scientifically proven, folks. Look it up.
What do
Uh,
you know?
so, the more you know. So from Dallas, beautiful Dallas, and myself, thank you for watching and joining us joining us for this joyride. I can talk. Joining us for this joyride today as we joyrided dreams around a little bit. We put it back in the bowl. We're going to joyride it again. But thank you for this episode version 1 of dreams that we joyrided here on Galactic Explorers. Like, follow, subscribe. Thank you guys for all of your support. We appreciate you all. If you have any comments or questions, you want to throw them down below. Have any topics that you want us to explore and joyride out here with you guys, let us know. Thank you as always for joining us. We will see you next time. Cheers to dreams. Oop, here we go. Not do that again.
Cheers. Just blur it out.
It's just been that kind of, I mean, I need to go back and take a nap and dream some more.
I need to get my dream on right now.
Get my dream on.
Need some visions.
Yeah.
Come on, team. Give me some visions.
Right. Let's go. Go.